I was going to say, do you want to talk about the guy getting bummed in Congress?
We can briefly talk. Oh, yes, we can briefly talk about the bumming.
The Daily Caller article is the one I got because it seemed to be quite good.
Oh, this. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
I mean, how do we look? We have not talked about this. Spoon and I haven't talked about it on our stream. I know you have, but
I'd like to make it very clear that the following half hour of utter degeneracy is Aiden's fault 100%.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because this is hilarious. This is the funniest fucking thing. Literally,
you know there was
ever happened.
Actually, hold on. Uzalu, I gotta send you an article. Hold on.
Oh, he's gonna send you something too.
Yeah.
Related to the bumming.
Yes, it's about it.
He's got some. Is it some bumming related article to send you?
Yeah, it's about this. Remember that site that me and V couldn't figure out if it was real or a satire?
The one that I told you was fake? Yeah.
Yeah, the one that ChatGPT said is not fake, and fuck you, Aiden.
It's totally fake.
Oh god, there's actual detailed footage on this page.
It's blurred out. It's blurred out. It's all blurred out.
I deliberately, like,
it is
the
all blurred
one
out.
that I had for last stream didn't have any of this gay shit in it. Like, it had the spory, and it had one very heavily blurred photo, but this has proper, like, motions.
Yeah.
Spoon has an alternative source here. From
Oh
my god, read that.
Fired for his act of love in the Senate.
Just read it.
This is a fake website.
It is not. It is.
There it
It is. Okay. So Uzalu, are you familiar with this website?
I'm aware of it, yes. And I think it's hard to tell if it's a Poe or not, but it is, I think, similar to the kind of thing the left actually believes, even if it's not real.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is the kind of thing that me and V were sort of discussing, because I sent it to him and he said to me, like, is it satire or not? And we were going on the live stream and he just went, there's nothing here that would lead me to conclude that this is satire, because this is what the left actually believes.
So often on sites that are satire, there's a greater tendency of this. If they don't give a name of the author, they just give a Afru staff or something similar. That's much more likely to be a satire site.
Yes, it's owned by some shady people in Iceland, apparently, and also funded by the Norwegian
Crown. I did a look up. I've seen who owns it. It's owned by somebody out of Iceland. Yeah.
Don't think about where these rainbow fists are going in this building, chat.
Yeah, don't. Oh God.
Fired for his act of love. Do you want to do this one, Aiden, or do you want to do the serious one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do this one? Okay.
Yeah, do the silly one. Do the silly one.
His act of love in the Senate. Aiden Mays Cherofsky's act was symbolic and brave, because in a world full of hate, displays of love are rebellious. Except, of course, when it's like a normal, loving white family. We shouldn't bend over to a party that hates. We must do the opposite and bend over in the Senate chamber to a party that hates the right people. Yeah.
Literally bent over. That's why I love this website. It's clearly farcical. Spoon doesn't think it is, but it is. I mean, how can you write that?
Die confirmed Fujoshi.
What do you mean I'm not going to get this?
So yeah, this website is, as you say, farcical, even if it's not a parody. But I would give it a more than 50% chance it is a parody. A very well done. Okay, so there's parody like Babylon Bee. Then there's like fake news sites like India and Chinese news farms that just print bullshit based on nothing and just sell it for clicks. Then there's stealth parody sites, which I think are fairly rare. Then there's we are smart and not idiot leftists, but we know how to make money from clickbaiting idiot leftists, so that's what we're going to do. That's what this is.
You think so?
I suspect
it might be.
So. That's the most likely, I think.
It might very well be.
Actually.
Like,
it's pretty good summation, actually.
They have to be very knowledgeable about how left-wing ideology works, but at this point, lots of people are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Well, it's not difficult to figure out.
And maybe
it's really stupid.
Maybe they are somewhat leftist, but they're amping it up for these articles. Like, this is just beyond the Overton window, as far as I'm concerned. There are some people, a small number of people that have liked this, but they're not really part of the Overton window. They're outside it. This is just beyond the edge of what the public, even the kind of public that would read this article, would espouse themselves So I think that's the point, is they're pushing the boundaries, and that's what the left values is. We need to reinforce our beliefs, reinforce the delusion. Go for your weekly sermon with the leftist radicals so that you can keep yourself believing the nonsense. And the more radical it is,
just to
the
be fair,
more influencing it is towards, either you have to believe this because it's what you already believe, so the more radical it is, the easier it is to say, well, I'm not that radical, so I guess I'll continue from where I am. But it also bolsters their beliefs.
That may very well be it. And just be clear, is that this is about regarding a video, a gay porn video that was uploaded to the internet of a staffer getting fucked in the ass in the Senate meeting chambers. This is what this is about. This is what was so his act of love, his brave act of love, was getting fucked in the ass on camera in the Senate chambers.
I mean, doing that in the Senate is kind of ballsy, no pun intended.
Yeah, I guess so.
It wasn't in the Senate. It was in a side building that they used for meetings, in a room that they had access to. Me. So yeah, it wasn't in the Senate building. It wasn't that ballsy. They probably knew the room would be locked. I don't doubt they've been doing this for ages.
My joke with fastidiousness. It was a little while.
It is kind of hard to tell when you're joking, Spoon.
Yeah, I have the voice for that. My apologies. Usually, if I'm doing a video, it's more animated. Usually with a character being able to give it away. Yeah.
So it's like reverse Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, actually, that's a fucking accurate description, actually.
Yeah, I expect it probably was regular that gay men had sex there, in fact. Like, looking at this man before you knew anything about this story, chat, would you have guessed he's gay and a boss?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There's no question.
Add that to your heuristic there, chat. Notice the patterns.
Yeah, into heuristic processing, yeah.
Afru writes, so it's official. Senator Ben Cardin's office has told Politico that Aidan Mace Cherobsky is no longer employed by the U.S. Senate. Goaded by demagogic Republicans, the Capitol Police has now also opened an investigation. In case you're wondering, the voice I'm doing does reveal somewhat that I have a slight bias against the article's writing.
Really?
I do. Yes, I know it might be difficult to believe, but Afru, generally me and them not on exactly the same page. There's sometimes slight disagreement.
Really?
So yeah, that slight bias may come out in the voice I'm doing.
No way.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you've already seen the viral video making the rounds on every social media feed there is, says Afru.com. Republicans just can't stop watching the 8-second clip featuring two men embracing each other in love, while you can briefly see an empty room in the background. Embracing each other in AIDS, as you can briefly see an empty room in the background. Republicans just
how is this
love it.
How is this? They always do this. Like whenever, like they always do this too. Like when conservatives are like, "Hey, can you get this gay porn out of children's libraries and elementary schools?" Are like, "Why are you so obsessed with gay porn? That must mean that you're gay. You're obsessed with gay sex." It's like, no, I really don't want to see it. I don't want children to see it either. You weirdo.
There's a member of Cabal who has posted shit that I consider to be almost pedophilic, or maybe like arguably pedophilic.
Yeah.
And the argument that they have made in defense of it is, well, if you think it's sexual, that must mean you like it.
Right. It is exact same.
It is a shittiest argument.
It is a dirty, filthy tactic that pedophiles use to cover up their child abuse. And it's the same thing here.
Yes. It's the same. Yeah, right. That when you're disgusted by this, they go, well, why are you looking at it then? I don't know, because he posted it. Because he fucking posted it, you idiot. That's why I had to see it. Are you out of your fucking mind? And I think it's disgusting. And I don't want to see it, but now I have seen it.
By the way, by that logic, can I just walk around with a swastika all damn day? And if they give me shit, I can just go, well, why are you looking at it?
I
mean, it's the same logic.
Yeah.
It is the same logic, yeah. Why are you offended? Why? No, these are coming from the same people who are offended by literally everything.
What are you, a Nazi?
These people who are offended by microaggressions. Why are you offended by me getting bummed in this Senate chamber?
Well, that's a very insightful opinion for a woman. Anyway, That, by the way, is a microaggression, apparently.
Good.
It turns out one of the lovemaking men was Aidan Mays Cherubsky, the hero of our story, and the room was recognized by some as the Senate hearing room. We get it, they say. It's the most important room in America. It really isn't. It's a functionary room in a side building. And even the Senate room isn't the most important. They say, it was in this very room that Sonia Sotomayor herself had her confirmation hearing, and won despite an entire oligarchy reorienting itself to wipe her out. Unlike they did with Kavanaugh, for example, where they falsely accused him of rape repeatedly. This is also, and also the what they tried to do with Clarence Thomas. Who was it that led that? Oh yeah, Joe Biden. This is also where James Comey exposed the Russian interference in the 2016 elections, which has been proven false repeatedly, to the chagrin of the Treason Party. Yeah, you know, the party that's fighting for the country it lives in, rather than that's fighting for, you know, gay rights in Pakistan. But in a world built on hate, displays of love are inherently rebellious. Every second that Aidan and his partner were being pounded bloody, made love in the halls of power, was pregnant with poignant meaning. Pregnant, ironically.
You understand why I wanted you to read this, right? About
well, now I do.
Because the guy's name's Aidan.
Every second that Aidan and her partner made love was filled with autism and maces.
Yes. I mean, that's true.
And
like,
the sound of bones creaking and wheelchairs moving around. Anyway, not to be too judgmental, Bill can obviously correct us, as he is, as always, the
no, everything
the
you've
plus
said there
one
is
guest.
correct.
This is why we read the story, isn't it, Aidan? This is your self-insert character, isn't it?
I thought it was funny as fuck. Of course I did.
And in a time when the LGBTQ community is under existential threat by white fragility feeling threatened.
Oh, no.
God, there's just such a retarded perspective. Open displays of LGBTQ culture are necessarily brave.
Yeah,
in some ways,
LGBTQ culture is getting bummed in public, in a public building when you film it.
The dysgenic faggot class are being given artificial privileges while whites are being routinely oppressed. Meanwhile, if you butt fuck in a ostensibly public building, that's a defensible and cultural act. No, fuck off. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's art.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Sharing AIDS and getting blood on the table. That's beautiful.
I guarantee one of them has AIDS.
Probably.
Almost assuredly. Almost all these fucking homos do, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
If they don't now, they will soon.
So, Aidan, this part's about you. In some ways, Aidan's act mirrored that of Anne Frank, who dared to express her honest thoughts and feelings, even as she hid from rabid insurrectionist-style death squads, vicariously through her father 10 years later.
I love that. That's why I'm glad you read this article instead, actually, because that line, it's just as brave to get fucked in this meeting room as it is to be like, let's just we're taking everything at face value. Everything at face value. It is as brave to get fucked in the ass in a public government building as it was to be a Jewish girl hiding from the Nazis. Absolutely identical in bravery. That's why I love this website. And why it's totally fake Spoon.